Welcome back. You're watching Fadamantium Next Level Design News, and that underwater subdivision you see behind me. This is generated by Runway ML and the new Gen 3 alpha version, which is supposed to launch at the end of this week. This is a Sora level, Sora competitor, Sora killer, dare I say. This is AI generated video like we haven't seen before. I think this is better than Sora. It has incredible spatial depth, incredible coherence, an incredible attention to detail, and nothing is warping or getting wonky around the edges. Everybody wants to get their hands on a tool like this, and I'm trying not to say game changer anymore, but this certainly feels like a game changer. Let's jump right into it. The best AI video generating tool that we can almost get our hands on. I've been lamenting in my newsletter and on this channel for weeks now that, like lots of other AI filmmakers, I could just make the most awesome, the latest, greatest AI film if I could just get my hands on Sora, but I can't. No one can. Well, a select few can. You should just work with the tools that you have, but I've been complaining that nothing was really good enough. I wasn't satisfied with Runway ML. I wasn't satisfied with Pika Labs. I was making do with Pixverse, but if only I could get my hands on something awesome. It looks like that moment has now arrived, because Runway ML says they're going to release Gen 3 Alpha by the end of this week, which has Sora level capabilities. Another week, another Sora killer. 2 weeks ago was Kling out of China. Last week was Luma Labs and Dream Machine. This week's it's Runway's Gen 3. Let's jump right into it. So here we are looking at the Gen 3 article, and you can see that this has great spatial depth, as if this is drone footage flying through these antiquated buildings, which are clearly up in the clouds. This woman on the train, the light is changing as different overpasses are gone underneath, and the train zooming by here is going in the right direction. We see her blink, and it's high fidelity. Now, this is one of the great hallmarks that I've been looking for. I have yet to use a video generator that can convey someone running, let alone running in an astronaut suit in a European city street. So these are probably cherry-picked. If I could get results like this, I would get on it right away. And this underwater neighborhood housing development inside a coral reef with fish swimming in and out of the coral and bubbles rising and the light streaming through, this is truly amazing. This is next level stuff. And this balloon going down yet another European city street and not really colliding into the walls, understanding where it is in space and not intersecting with any of those wires. This Mayan temple, like something out of an Indiana Jones movie, which you go through it turns into a library or bookcase. We keep going and we're out in the ocean with crashing waves. So we've changed scene 3 times in 10 seconds. It's truly amazing. But watch his facial expression as he goes, and then we'll zoom out a little bit. He has that soft, focused concentration. The light is in the background and it remains consistent. And his fingers, they don't turn into a mishmash. Really great attention to detail. So this is an emu or something like that inside a New York City apartment. The bird pivots its head naturally the way a bird does, and you can see him swallowing and his feathers ruffling. And then we zoom in closer. You'd think he would run away in fear of the camera by now. Really amazing stuff. Runway is promising a next level accurate rendering of human figures. Look at the freckles on this guy's forehead, his razor stubbles, his wrinkles, and watch what happens to his facial expression when the wig falls on top of his head. There is nothing out there like this right now. This is like better than Sora. This is next level stuff. You've got this monument sitting on the coast, and it's like drone footage, which is pivoting around it. The waves in the background are consistent. The light is consistent. Nice work, Runway. Now this is truly amazing. You're in a graffiti-filled warehouse. This jungle ruin rises up from the ground. I can't imagine what the prompt was. And now we're going through another article up on Petapixel. There's more balloons. Ever since the Airheads video with the yellow balloon from Sora, I guess balloons are a thing. And then here's this sort of a sci-fi warp effect, which I'm really enjoying. I don't know what prompt they used to make fire dance in the air like that, while the camera moves through space in some sort of night market. Here's the thing. I said I was going to make an AI film this summer, and I was going to enter a competition on August 1st, and I said I was going to make do with the tools that I have, which are currently the best tool I can get is Pixverse. And this is an image generated by Leonardo and then animated in Pixverse with their motion brush. I'm pretty happy with this. This is Bigfoot playing the banjo. It looks pretty realistic, and it is much better than, say, what I was getting out of Hyper, which, while it gets a certain amount of movement, this is the state of the art of what we're getting from the other tools right now. While those people dancing in the background look like they're having a fun time, there's a ton of warping going on. And even our hero from last week, Luma Labs, make that bigger, there we go. It's got some good movement, but people are getting really warped as well. This is supposed to be the state of the art. Look at Bigfoot's foot starts to turn into the furniture that he's sitting on. And over on, if we go back in Luma Labs here, the other problem, oh look, never mind. I was going to say I've been waiting 6 hours for this to render, but it's finally rendered. This is it, your moment of truth. Did I get a comparable render out of Luma Labs? Let's check that out. That's actually pretty good. Let's zoom into that. Wow, I'm actually really happy with that. If I could get my hands on Luma Labs and not wait 10 hours per image, I could probably make my film with this tool. And then also what's really good is Leonardo released a new model, and this also has that depth of field and that sort of dolly track moving around Bigfoot. This is kind of the state of the art of tools that we can use right now. But clearly, if I want to get in on this competition, I should, well, let's just go to pricing. Let's go to login, standard, here we go. Gen 2, Gen 1, Gen 2. There's no mention of Gen 3 on their website yet. I hope they're not charging a premium for it. So if I really want to do this, I'm going to have to, let's assume Gen 3 is the same price. I'm going to need to go unlimited because I know that you got to generate a lot to get the result that you want, like a 10-to-1 ratio. Anyhow, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. This is a really big announcement, and I'm super excited. I've had mixed feelings about Runway ML in the past because I've spent a lot of money on a bunch of credits and I made a bunch of generations with a low success rate. So I'm leery of spending money again. There's no guarantee that I'm going to get quality like we saw in these demos, but if it comes even close and it comes in there at half the time, it'll totally be worth it. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. It really helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next one.